Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, oh neighbor, what brings you out of the pit is an ugly praise. Look at your neighbor on the other side. Neighbor, oh neighbor, what brings you out of the pit is an ugly praise. When we read the story of Joseph, there are some things that cannot be denied, and because the scripture makes it clear that Joseph was chosen by God. Joseph was anointed by God. Joseph had a destiny given by God. Joseph was favored by God. Joseph was favored by his earthly father. In other words, God was with Joseph. Now that sounds like a winning combination, but judging from that criteria, it would look like Joseph had it made. Would seem as though he was living the life of Riley. You would expect to find his book under Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. But when we read the Holy Bible, we find that this same Joseph, who had everything going for him, who was anointed by God, who was favored by his earthly father, who had so many great advantages, but one day, things changed. He found himself in a pit. I want to park here for just a moment and tell you, if somebody told you when you became a Christian that all your situations would be over and that you would never be hurt again, you would never cry again, you would never suffer again, let me tell you something. They lied. For many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivered them out of them all. The point I'm trying to make is that Christians have situations too. Christians get sick. Christians get in debt. Christians get divorced. Christians get their hearts broken. Christians get in places they shouldn't be. Sometimes we fall in, sometimes we jump in, and sometimes we're pushed in. But nevertheless, we're still in. Yeah, y'all got it. Well, but regardless of how you got there or why you're there, a pit is a pit. And if you stay there, you will die. See, dreams die in the pit. Ministries die in the pit. Gifts, calling, marriages die in the pit. Reuben was responsible for Joseph's pit. It was Reuben that suggested they throw Joseph in the pit. We don't know what happened, but whatever it was, we know this. Reuben was there when Joseph was thrown into the pit. But he was not there when he was lifted out. The point is, Reuben was surprised. Reuben was shocked because he saw him go into the pit. He saw him struggling and begging to be delivered from the pit. But now he's looking into that same pit to see pitiful Joseph full of fear. Y'all see him? Stressing, crying, begging, but Joseph wasn't there. I'm going to prophesy to somebody. Listen to me right now. God is getting ready to do something that's going to blow some folks away. There are some people who saw you in the pit. There are some people who will help you get in the pit. They watch you struggling, pushing, scratching, clawing, trying to get your way out. When they left, you were in the pit. The last time they saw you, you were in the pit. The last time they saw you, you were in a mess. But I came to prophesy to you right now, you are coming up out of the pit. I'm not just preaching, I'm prophesying. I'm declaring to you with prophetic unction and authority that you are coming out. I'm telling you right now, even though she ain't saved, ain't walking with you, but you can sing with her.